pop you over to Mpumalanga because the Education Department there is currently holding their own media briefing outlining their state of readiness for the 2026 academic year in the wake of damage caused to a number of schools in that province due to heavy rains over the past couple of weeks. Let's listen in.
To manage this process effectively, the department has strengthened its provincial admission management system. At the provincial level, we have the Provincial Admission Committee, which is chaired by the Chief Director, District Coordination, Bab Manyabiane, which has been established to facilitate and process all admissions inquiries. Similar structures operate at district and at circuit level, working closely with principals, school governing bodies, and the parents. We have established a help desk that assists with the placement queries and appeals. Our message is very clear. Every child of school-going age must be admitted and no learner must be left outside the classroom. Learning and teaching support material, as I have indicated, it remains one of our most critical priorities because quality learning cannot take place without these necessary resources. We are pleased to report that the department delivered stationery to all schools last year. To this end, we urge all school management teams and school governing bodies to ensure that these are distributed according to policy prescript that governs such. Further LTSM for early childhood development, reading initiatives, maths, science and technology, and special schools continued to be rolled out. So the department has achieved 95% textbook coverage in 2024 with additional top-up books delivered for grade 4 to 11 in April 2025 and full grade 12 textbook provision completed in July 2024. Grade 10 and 11 support materials are also aligned to our digital learning initiatives, including the learner tablets planned for 2026 academic year. Schools are reminded that textbooks must be issued before teaching begins and must be cared for because they remain government property. The intention is that learners must arrive in school on the 14th January 2025 ready to learn and not wait for materials. Our commitment is that no learner should be deprived of learning support due to administrative delays. On teacher post provisioning for 2026, the department has consulted with the education sector unions through the Education Labour Relations Council, and we have finalized and approved the allocation of educator posts for 2026 academic year. This process has been guided by our commitment to ensure that every classroom has a qualified teacher and that every subject is appropriately staffed. For the 2026 academic year, a total post-establishment of 32,103 educator posts has been approved. Importantly, where there is a continued need, the post of educators previously appointed in temporary capacity have been extended to ensure continuity and stability in our schools. This also includes the extension of substitute posts in instances where the substantive post holder is unable to return to duty for legitimate and approved reason. The department has issued a comprehensive business process with a clear timelines to guide the filling of educator posts across all categories. Promotional posts are managed in line with the approved management plan, ensuring transparency, fairness, and full compliance with applicable legislation and collective agreements. We remain committed to ensuring that vacancies are filled timeously so that the delivery of quality education is consistently supported across the entire province. On learner furniture, the department conducted an assessment of learner furniture shortages across the province in 2025. As a result, new learner furniture was procured and delivered to 342 schools, benefiting 20,310 learners. Schools are further encouraged to seek support from the Department of Correctional Service to repair broken furniture as and when required. On National School Nutrition Program, it remains one of our most important poverty alleviation and learner supportive interventions. We know very well that hungry child cannot concentrate, therefore cannot learn attentively. Through these programs, schools will continue to provide nutritious meals every school day from the very first day of reopening. All learners in quintile 1 up to quintile 3 will be the beneficiaries of this program. The department is ensuring that deliveries are completed timeously, that the storage facilities meet safety standards, and that food handlers receive ongoing support and training. Many of those who prepare meals are caring mothers and community members whose service we deeply appreciate. For many children, this daily meal restores dignity, energy, and concentration, and we remain fully committed to sustain and strengthening this program. It is based on this context that the schools are encouraged to establish vegetable gardens to supplement the school nutrition program. On scholar transport, which is another key support measure to ensure learners who live far from schools are not disadvantaged by the distance or the unsafe routes. We are working in partnership with the Department of Public Works, Roads and Transport. The department has already finalized the needs assessment through consultation with schools and verification of learners' numbers. Approved routes have been advertised and assigned, and learners are being allocated transport in line with the approved criteria. Our database links individually learners to their schools and transport routes, ensuring accountability and proper management. According to the department, we've got 67,221 learners that are going to benefit from the scholar transport provisioning this year. Safety standards, including vehicle capacity limits, are being strictly monitored by the Department of Public Works and Transport. During the first 10 days of school year, learner information will continue to be verified to ensure accuracy and compliance. We note that the persisting rainfall might have damaged some roads infrastructure. In this regard, school governing bodies are urged to proactively communicate with the department to ensure that learners are not put at risk and avoid any eventualities. The fact that it must be everyone's responsibility to ensure that learners are ferried safe to school and back home, that cannot be overemphasized. The department wishes to urge parents to register their children in schools within their residential areas to avoid instances where learners are driven past nearby schools, because this poses some risk in the long run. This is our appeal to our parents and our communities. On school infrastructure improvement, the department, working closely with its implementing agency, continue to prioritize the provision of safe, dignified, and fully functional school facilities across the province. Our goal is to create a learning condition in which every learner and educator can thrive and perform at their best. During the 2025 calendar year, a total of 221 schools were planned to receive maintenance and renovations work. Of the 77 schools that have already been completed and handed over for use, Matupa Primary School also benefited from the renovation project mentioned above. This represents meaningful progress, and as more classrooms are now available for support effective learning and teaching. Construction of new schools across the province is also progressing very well. However, the persistent rainfall has slowed work at some sites, including Long-Tom Secondary School, Ilanga Secondary School, Silulu Secondary School, and the new Sidlamafa Secondary Schools, among others. In schools where a large section of construction has already been completed, the department, together with the implementing agents and contractors, will consider allowing teaching to take place in finished sections while remaining work continues. This will only be done where it is safe and compliant with all construction and occupational health and safety requirements. To further ease overcrowding and respond to storm damage infrastructure, the department has procured 130 mobile classrooms. These units will be deployed to all affected schools as an interim measure to ensure continuity of learning. Sadly, just last week, 28 schools in our province suffered severe storm damage. Our officials are already on the ground, conducting assessment and coordinating repairs so that learners are not disadvantaged. Efforts to improve school sanitation infrastructure are yielding the expected results. So far, there is no school that is solely relying on the pit latrines as the only source of sanitation infrastructure. Also call upon the school governing bodies to fully utilize the 13% allocation of their budgets for routine maintenance. The regular upkeep of school facilities play an essential role in preserving infrastructure and ensuring a safe learning environment. Through this coordination...
All right, you've been listening there to the Education Department in Mpumalanga outlining their state of readiness ahead of the 2026 academic year. We know schools, most of them at least, are set to begin their first day in class next Monday.